Welcome to this second video on mean and medians, and here are the list of problems that we will do in this video, or we'll attempt to do together. For each of this problem, I urge you to pause the video, and where required, I'll give you the hint before the start of the problem. With that hint, you can pause the video and try it yourself before you check the answer. So it'll be really good if we follow that. It'll really help you. So I really urge you to follow the strategy. Okay, so the first question, please list down all the prime numbers and find the average. So pause the video and give it a try. So if you got 7 prime numbers between 20 and 50 that you have listed, and these are your prime numbers, good going. And the mean is nothing but the total of all those numbers by number of items, and here we have 7 prime numbers, so that's what you have. Alright, so let's move to the next problem. Find the mean deviation from the mean for the following data. So what's mean deviation? So let's do this problem together, since we don't know what really mean deviation means. So first let's write down these numbers. So the first number is 4, the second is 5, 3 is 7, 4 is 9, and fifth one is 15. So let's try to find the mean first. So the total of all these numbers would be 40, and our mean, so this is let's write this down as our x. Okay, so our mean, which is x bar, is total 40 divided by the number of values, which is 5. So you have this as 8. So what is deviation from the mean? So each of these values is deviating from the mean. So let's find out what is the deviation from the mean for each of these values, right? So x minus x bar means here it is 4 minus 8. So this is the deviation from mean, right? So 4 minus 8 minus 4, similarly 5 minus 8 minus 3, 7 minus 8 minus 1, 9 minus 8, 1, 15 minus 8 is 7. Now if you add all of this, if you add all of this, you will get 0, right? So this value is actually your overall deviation from the mean. Your overall deviation from mean is 0. Oh, so since we call this as deviation from the mean, so this one is sum of deviation from the mean. So we write it as sigma x minus x bar. So that is a denotation, that is a notation that we use for this. Sigma is summation of all the deviation from the mean, is sum of deviation from mean, and that's 0, right? Okay, so let's do the next one. So let's read the problem. Mean of 40 observation. Oh, I'm sorry about this. This is a typo. So mean of 40 observation was 160. So let's write that. Mean of x bar equal to sum by n, which is number of items. So he says that the mean of 40 observation, so is equal to sum by 40 observation, because the n is 40, was 160, right? So we know that sum or total, or the total or sum is something that we can find out, right? Because your mean is nothing but, okay, let's use the same terms that we have been using. The total divided by the number of items, n. So here we don't know what the total is, so we can find out what the total is, because n we know, and mean we know, right? So we can find this. All right, so we're still not solving the problem, we are reading it. It was detected that the value of 165 was wrongly copied as 125, and we need to find the correct mean. All right, so because of this issue our total was wrong, so let's find out what we got the total as. So your total is 160 into 40, which is 6400, right? So this is incorrect total. This is my incorrect total. So correct total would be, let's subtract the wrong value, and then let us add the correct value from this. So 6400 minus incorrect value plus the correct value, and that would be 6440. Okay, so then once you do that, you can find the correct mean. So pause the video and try to find out what the correct mean is, because you know now the correct total. So from that you can find out the correct mean. So pause the video here. So here you go. It's a correct total by 40, because the number of items are not changing, and you have the correct mean. So in most of these problems, the challenge is to actually understand the problem and not to solve them. So I really urge you not to get intimidated, with these word problems. Just focus on understanding the problem, and the answer will pop out. So if you don't believe it, give it a try for the next problem. So let's read the problem. The mean of 15 observations, so n is 15 and mean is 200. If one of the observation is excluded, then the mean of the remaining observation is 198, and we need to find the value of the excluded observation. So let's represent this verbal understanding into a mathematical notation. Our x bar is equal to 200 equal to total divided by n, and n is nothing but 15, so I can straight away write it's total divided by 15. So my total would be equal to 15 into 200, which is equal to 3000. So then the questioner says that if one of the observation is excluded, so let excluded observation be x. So since we are excluding that observation, so new total equal to 3000 minus x, right? The mean of the remaining observation, so number of items is reduced by 1 because we have excluded 1. So the number of items earlier was 15, now it is 14. And the questioner is saying that the new mean, which is new total by total number of items, is 198. And then he is asking what is our excluded item x. So from this we can find the x, because your new mean is new total by total number of items, and the new total is nothing but 3000 minus the excluded item, and number of items have gone down from 15 to 14. So that's given as 198, and you need to find the x. So pause the video here and try to find the value of x. So if you have got x as 228, you're right. So this is quite simple if you understand how to understand the problem and not solve it. And let's use the same strategy to find our next problem, right? Let's use the same strategy. Let's not try to solve it, but let's just try to understand it. So out of 25 numbers, so 25 numbers, how do you imagine 25 numbers? x1, x2, and so on to x25. So these are our 25 numbers. It says the mean of 15 numbers is 36. So let's say the mean of up to x15, and here is x16 onwards. So these are our numbers. So the mean of the first 15 numbers is given as 36. So we pretty much know that if you know the mean and total number of items, you can find the total. Okay, I know that. We'll not solve it. Let's read the problem further. The mean of remaining number is 26. So that means that the mean of this remaining number is 26. So this mean is 26. It's important to also know that, hey, with the problem they're given you number of items. Number of items in this case is 15, and here would be the number of items is equal to 10. All right, and now what they are asking, find the mean, find the overall mean. So we need to find the overall mean. So the mean, overall mean, is equal to the total divided by 25, because there are 25 items. Now how do you find the total? Now we can find the total by from each of these parts. So what would be the total of x1 to x15? Because you know that the mean, you know, mean is equal to total divided by number of items. So 36 equal to the total 1 to 15. Let me write it like this. Total 1 to 15 items divided by number of items is 15. So the total 1 to 15 is 36 into 15, and that would be 540. How do you find this quickly? So 36 into 10 plus 36 into 10 by 2. So you just need to do that, because that's 15. When you add 10 plus 5 is 15. So that'll be 360 plus 180, which is 540. Okay, so that's some snippets. You don't need to worry about it. If you find this hard, you can do it the traditional way. And now similarly, let's find out, please find the value of total from 16 to 25 divided by 10 items equal to 26. So please find this total, and once you find this total, then we can add both these totals and get the total of 1 to 25 items. So try to pause the video here and try to solve the problem further. So here is the rest of the working. So you get the total of the other items. So you got two totals. You can add them to get the total and divide it by the total number of items, which is 25, and there you go, you got 32 as your answer. So I hope you really are able to appreciate the essence of trying to understand the problem and look at the problem and not straight away solve them. So here are 2 checkpoint questions, which is in line with the questions that we have done so far or in this video. So if you find trouble doing this problem, that means you have to relook into this video and try to do this problem, because it's exactly the same pattern as we did. So I hope you found this video meaningful. See you in the next one. Bye.